Okay, so I'm going to give you this, and it's a pre-assessment. You're going to have these words, and you're going to put them in the box right here. Now you're going to have an example of the text feature, and you're going to have a definition. So I want you to read both of them and try your best. If it's got an X in it, don't answer it. Okay. Everyone see the words up on the board? Those are the ones that are going to go in the box. So you're going to read the example, and there's a definition of what the text feature is right next to it. And you're going to put the word in the blank box. And every word goes to a box. So there's no extras, there's no doubles. Diagram. Here, I'll go ahead and read all these. Glossary, caption, table of contents, index, map, bold print, and diagram. So, if you want, we can do the first one together. The flower has a stem. Dark or colorful words that help you know that they are important. Yes, bold print. And you'll write that in the box right there. Just do your best. And make sure you write your name on the top of the paper. And when you're finished, I want you to put your head down, okay? So we know who's finished. This one's bold print. You've already answered that. And I want you to try your best with this one. Okay. See how this one's bold print? And the definition done on the words. You're going to do the same thing down here. What do you think these are? Is it a diagram? Is it a caption? So just put your best answer. It doesn't matter if it's right. This is a pre-assessment. Come on, keep working. Just, if you don't know what it is, just put an answer. Okay, we're only gonna take 5 more minutes. Just guess, 'cause we're gonna go over all of these. If you don't know what it is, I just want you to put your best guess. This doesn't count against you. Okay, one more minute and then we're gonna pass them forward. Finished? Come on. I'm trying to read it. You have index and math. So, here we go. In bold print. Okay, I want everyone to pass their paper forward. You're good, you have everything filled out.
Is this one? Give us two.
Yeah. Oh no.
Just give it
Right here.
Give it to him. Because that's open them up.
Yeah, just pass it. It's okay. I got it. Back in their seat. Okay. Now, does everybody have an orange or yellow sheet of paper on their desk?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get those out and we're gonna fold them. So we're gonna take notes on this piece of paper. Okay. I want everyone to take it and fold it in half, hamburger style. You guys know what hamburger is?
Yes.
Not hot dog.
Hot dog.
No, other.
Is hot dog? Yeah.
That's hot dog. Now I want you to do it the other way. So hold it straight up like this, and then fold it in half. There we go.
Like this?
Mm-hmm.
Like this?
Yep, good job. Now, does everyone have it folded in half?
Yes.
I want everyone to show me to have it folded in half.
Like this?
Good job. Okay, good. Now we're gonna do it again. We're just gonna fold it straight in half again.
Like this one? Like this one?
It's okay if it's not perfect. Yeah, that's good.
No, like this. Like this one?
It doesn't matter, just fold it, no. Look, fold it straight down like this. Good job.
Why is it
It's okay.
Like this?
Okay, now I want everyone to hold up their folded piece of paper and make sure it's all folded. I want to see it. And it needs to look like this. Oh, okay. Now we're going to fold it one more time. Straight in half. Just like this.
Like this? Still hammer?
Yes. Still hammer.
So just like
It doesn't have to be perfect.
like this?
You're right, but fold it more.
This.
Yeah, and I want you to hold it up so I can see that you have it done. Everybody got it finished?
No.
Okay, good job. Now we're going to unfold it. And you guys have glue sticks?
Yes.
Okay, get your glue sticks out. We're going to glue it into our reading notebook. You want glue? Or you're just going to borrow some off? It will just fit right on the page. I promise. You can go fill yours out. We'll get you later. Now I want you to turn to your notebook and you're going to just glue this one side on your notebook. You're only gluing one side, so leave it folded. And I want it to look like this. Just like this. Good job. Yeah. And glue one side on top.
Like this. Like this.
Good. Yeah. Glue that one side in. Yeah. You're going to glue just one side. And it's going to be like a little book that opens up. Put it right there.
Like all of it.
Yeah, all over it, and then a wood flat, just like this. Looks like a book that opens up. All over it. You do the same thing. You're gonna, oh, you may, didn't you? Let me get you. Hold on. Everyone, I want to make sure it's in half so it folds over like a book. And you only glue one little side. This side right here is where you put your glue. You're just going to stick it right into your book. Just put glue over. Good job, that's great. Here, I'm going to steal yours when you're done gluing it. Hold it up. Are you finished? Here. Everyone, I want it to look like this. And it's going to open up. Has everyone got it finished? Good job. Correct. Yeah, you go on top too. And when you're done, can you share with me?
You're welcome.
Now, on the front of your book, I want you to write text features. Just like this. Yeah, right there. Yeah. That's straight. Right there. Right there's where the text features go. It'll go. Since you don't have yours to do it in yet, you are just going to open yours up. And I want you to write text features right across there. Text features will go right here on the front of your book.
Just write text features.
Just text features.
Oh, this covers.
It doesn't matter. Just go wherever. And when you're done, I want you to raise your hand. Looks like everyone's almost done. gonna move on to the next one. So, can anyone tell, you can put your hands down. Can anyone tell me what they think text features are? What do you think text features are?
Things you use while, things you see or use while reading.
Yeah, and would this be more helpful for nonfiction or fiction? Can anyone tell me?
Non-fiction.
Yeah, it would be nonfiction. Because you're going to have index, glossary, table of contents, and they're just going to help you understand what you're reading, and they're going to help you find things quicker in your reading. And our examples here are diagrams, index, maps, captions, headings. You're going to have photographs that like tell you what's going to happen in the reading. So, any questions so far? Okay. Now I want you to open up your book, and in one of the little squares, erase that. Or just erase it and when we're done. So everyone open up their books. Any questions? Yes. So everyone open up, and I want you to pick one of the little squares, and I want you to write table of contents. Now, table of content tells us what is in the book and what page it's on. And you can normally find table of contents in the front of a book. So for example here, this is a table of contents for a winter sports book. And it tells us how many sports are in the book. Can anyone tell me how many sports are there?
4.
4. And it also tells us what page number it's on.
21.
So what page is sledding on?
2. I'm 3.
3. And what page is ice skating?
10. 15.
15, because skiing is on 10. So it tells us where to go in the book. Okay, now I want you to write, tells us what is in the book underneath table of contents. I want you to draw a line under table of contents. I want you to write, just tells us what is in the book. That is all you have to write.
Underneath.
Don't worry about anything after and.
So just write underneath.
So it tells us what is in the book. Are you guys done?
No.
We'll take 2 more minutes.
I'm good.
Well, let's do another one of these questions. If I wanted to learn more about ice skating, what page would I turn to? So,
15.
15. What is the first sport listed in the book?
Get sled.
Good job.
Sliding.
Sledding. Okay. Now, underneath that, I want you to write, is found in the front of the book. Found in front is all you have to write. Make sure, yeah, underneath the little definition that you have, I want you to write, found in front of book. Just down there. You can draw a line. So draw another line and put found in front of the book. So this is going to tell you where to find it in the book. So when you flip open to it and you want to know where the table of contents is in nonfiction, all you have to go look is found in the front of the book. Here, and just to make sure you stay on this line. Because we're going to have something separate. Open it up and that needs to be on there. For the next one, can you just write right here? Okay, is everyone done?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next slide. If you're not completely finished, it's okay.
I'm done.
In the box right next to it, you're going to write index. Yes. Yes, right in that box. That's right next door. Oh, it's okay. The index is a list of names or subjects that will reference you to a specific page of the book. And this will normally be found in the back of a book. So see here we have abdomen, birds, colors, and we have a page number next to it. So if we want to know where colors are in a book, all we have to do is go to page 7. And this will be found in the back of the book. That's how it's different from the table of contents, which will be found in the front of the book. And the table of contents will be more general ideas versus an index where it's singular words. Okay. Now, does everyone see the highlighted part?
Yes.
I want you to write just this top bit here. A list of names or subjects that will reference you to a specific page. Just the highlighted part is all you have to write.
All the highlighted parts or just the top?
I want you guys just to write this top highlighted part.
Where?
So you don't have to write it all.
Underneath index.
So it's a list of names or subjects that will reference. That's all you got to write. It's one little tiny sentence. It's okay. You're done? And underneath that, I want you to draw a line and put found in the back. Because this one is found in the back of the book. And the next one just goes right here. Okay, is everyone almost finished? Correct. If your neighbor's finished and you're not, just copy off them, okay? Because we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, our next one, which will go in the box right next door, is glossary. Yeah, right underneath. You can go underneath or beside.
Like the glossary?
Yes. And the glossary is a list of words that's also in the back of the book, but you'll be given a definition, not a page number. You have a question? And I want you guys to go ahead and just write the highlighted part, which is the glossary gives definitions for words in the book.
Wow, that's too bright.
Yeah. It's too bright.
Enough for me? You mean on the board? The glossary gives definitions for words in the book.
right if you couldn't see it. The glossary gives definitions for the words. That's all you have to write.
Is there anything that's right?
And for here in our example, we have cat, a young giraffe, danger, something that is not safe. So these words are going to apply to your reading. And if you have trouble with the word, you can go to the back and see if it's in the glossary, so it'll give you a quick definition. Any question? Or you just finished?
What's that letter
What letter?
after the I?
The glossary gives, it doesn't matter if it's spelled right, definitions for the words. I want you to do your best spelling as long as you understand it in your notes. Under it, I just want you to write back of the book. So draw a line and put back of the book. Yeah, under glossary. Okay, is everyone almost finished?
No.
No.
Is that what your pastor just writing?
Yeah, that's good.
What's big deal?
It does. The glossary gives.
Do we have to write back?
Yes. No, I just want you to write it underneath. Put back of the book. So draw a line under the definition and put back of the book underneath it. Because this is found in the back of the book.
Are we gonna put on every square?
We're going to try to do every square.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in the same.
It's okay. It's okay. From now on, just do each square. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. And if you don't have it, I want you to just copy off your neighbor, okay? Okay, our next one is going to be headings. And in the next box, put headings. And this one's really short. It says, tells us what the reading is about. Because headings tell us what the reading is about.
Where is that?
I'm going to write it up here too.
Finished. It's up there on the screen.
It's right here on the, it's up here and it's up there too.
No, I can't read it up there now.
Just write, tells us what the reading is about. Okay, good job. Are we almost done copying that? No. Are you done? Or do you have questions? Okay. You should know my answer. Just copy it. If not, I'll let you later, okay? But go ahead and move on to headings. Okay. So on our example up here, can anyone tell me what they think the heading is?
The elephant is about what?
See, that's the picture, but I want you to tell me, this heading is about, it says clouds.
In the clouds. It talks
Yeah.
about clouds?
So we can assume that this reading right here is going to be about what? Clouds. And we have different headings, and each one's going to tell us what the reading is going to be about. So these are different types of clouds. And each reading underneath is going to tell us about those different types of clouds. And that's the job of the heading, is to tell us what the little reading underneath is going to be about.
Oh, is it in the back of your book?
This will be found everywhere. It's in your actual reading. It's not going to be found in the back and the front. So for this one underneath, you don't have to write anything, just the definition. Okay. on to the next one. Okay, now this one is called special type. And for this one, I want you just to write special type at the top. That's going to be our label for the next box. Make sure you're paying attention. Special type is used to make words stand out. And that right there is all you have to write.
What about the top?
Yeah, that's all you got to write.
And the bottom?
Just this highlighted portion here, don't worry about this. I'm going to explain it later.
And just do the top of it.
Yeah, just this part highlighted here, don't worry about this. Yeah, that's all you have to write. Okay. Are we almost finished?
I just know.
You just started?
Yes.
It's okay. Keep going. So all that looks great. Okay, so we have 4 examples of special type that you're going to see in your nonfiction literature. You're going to have bolded words, which means they're a little bit thicker. See here? And we're going to have italics, where the words are slightly slanted. Underlined and highlighted. These 4 different special types will show you what's important. Maybe it'll highlight a name. It'll show you important things from nonfiction literature. Italics are going to be words that are slightly slanted. You know that one? No. And now underneath the definition, I want you just to write one of these examples. And if you do bold, make the words bold. If you do underline, underline your word. So just one example.
What if you do highlight?
If you do highlighted, yeah,
Just get a.
don't worry about it. Just go ahead and do one of the 3 up here. So italic, slanted, underlined, or bold. You can write highlighted, but don't do anything to it. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, special type.
So these are special types that you're going to see in your nonfiction literature. Yeah.
So you write it some like what?
Yeah. Italics is going to be the slightly slanted, and it's going to mean that something's important or they're trying to point something out to you. Same with bold and underlined and highlighted. I want you just to pick one example.
I got a bow.
Okay, are we almost done?
This has something to do with the work you just passed.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
I'm moving on. Is everyone finished?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want you to write special type. And that's it. And then write bold or italics. Okay, our next one is caption. This tells us about the photo or the drawing that's going to be in your text. And I want you to write caption at the top of the box and the highlighted words, which is tells us about the photo or drawing. You don't even have to write drawing. I just want you to write tells us about the photo. Come on, keep working. You're doing really good. These look great.
Okay.
So here we have a picture of an ant. This caption down here tells us about the ant. Based off of what I'm seeing, I just see an ant. But down here it tells me it's a fire ant. So when you read the text under the picture, it's going to tell you about it. It also tells you about the water in the background. It goes, the ant is near drowning because it's close to the water. You wouldn't know that unless you read the caption, which is these words underneath the picture. Now once you have the definition, I want you to draw a line underneath it. I want you to draw a picture of a fish, a really simple picture, and I want you to put a caption underneath it. The caption can say, the fish is swimming, the fish is blue. Tell me something about the fish.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I want you to make your own caption for the picture of a fish.
Do you think what tells us about the photo?
I want you to go ahead and start and write that definition. You can make your own animal, but do it really quickly. You can make a different animal, but I want you to write a caption underneath it. You need to tell me what that animal's doing underneath. Make sure you get the definition, which is tells us about the photo. Right underneath caption. Picture of the fish. Okay, quickly draw a picture. Okay, are we almost done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next slide. Okay, our next text feature is maps. So in this box right next door, write maps, just like we've been doing. And the definition I want you to write is shows, places, and landforms. That's all. Don't worry about that, I'm gonna write it up here. Actually, all I want you to write is shows places. Yeah, now this map shows us many different things. It doesn't just show us the United States, but it shows us things that happen in the United States. Like in Kentucky where we live, we get rain. In Florida, they get floods. And out here in the desert, they got really hot weather and droughts. So it's going to show, different maps will show you all kinds of different things.
I think Florida had a hurricane.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh yeah, I heard. You guys heard about the hurricane too. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And underneath that, I want you to draw the United States. I just want you to draw a little map.
Can we
It can just be Florida or just Texas. Just draw a little tiny map. That's all you have to do.
Do we have?
How
Can
do
we
we
put
have to show us places?
Yeah, make sure you write
Oh.
shows us places underneath maps. That's all you have to write.
What
Yeah, I
does
can
Texas
definitely
have?
see that.
What does Texas have?
Oh, Texas has all kinds of things. They have storms just like we do. Are you done?
Yes.
You have a question? What's your question?
I wish I could find that Great Lakes area
Oh, yeah.
with the snow.
But that's, we're not worried about that. I want you, are you completely finished? You have a map drawn, you have the definition?
Is that the Oregon Trail?
Make sure the definition is shows us places. Because this is what maps do.
It's flood. I can see it.
I wrote it right up here. Don't worry about that.
Can we just make a place and then tell about it?
You don't even have to look at it. I just want you to draw a little map.
Okay,
It can be one state. You can draw just Kentucky. You can draw just Utah or Idaho or any of those.
I'm done.
You can even draw a little circle and make little squigglies in it, and that's a globe.
I did Florida. We're just gonna make the same thing that you just said.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Looks like the earth.
Yeah, good job. These are looking great.
This is our job.
Okay, are you guys ready to move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're gonna spend one more minute on this and then we're moving on. You have a question? You're done? That looks good. Okay, we're moving on. Hope you guys are ready. Our next one's going to be a diagram. Now, write the word in your box right there. Is this our last box?
Yeah.
It's our last box. And a diagram tells us what something is, or what, and it also names the parts. So really, all you have to write is names the parts. So a diagram, what does a diagram do?
Names the parts.
Yeah.
So the other one about flowers and stuff was a diagram.
That was a diagram. Now, this is all you have to write. Names the parts underneath diagram. Yeah. Make sure you write names the parts up here. Are you finished? You got one more? Well, we'll see what happens. I think you might just make an extra block.
I'm done.
Go sit back down though. Are we all done?
Yes.
Now, I want you to draw that same picture of a fish, and I want you to draw a line to the head, to the eye, and to the tail. So you're making your own diagram.
I'm doing that one.
You can do the orca, but I want you just to label the head, the eye, and the tail. All you have to do.
Okay, I got this. I'm gonna draw the eye, the head, the tail.
Yeah, but you need to draw your fish, because that's you're making your own diagram.
Wait, a fish?
You need to write names
I
the
draw a
parts,
fish.
because this is what a diagram does. Yes. It can be any kind of fish you want, though.
I'm trying my best to draw. I'm trying my best to draw a fish. Yeah, it's easy to draw them. There we go. And a tail. I'm done. Draw fish.
And see, our label here it labels each one. It has the eye label, the eye patch, the pectoral fin. So depending upon your book and what is being labeled, it'll be really extensive and it'll label different parts. Are we all done?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a couple more minutes because it's hard. You're making your own diagram. Wow, that looks good. Good job. Doing great. Okay, let me see what you do. Good job. I like your diagram. You need to make sure you're labeling the parts. You need to label the head, the eye, the tail. Done? Done? Good job. Okay. Is everyone done? Okay. Now, we're going to have a small, tiny little quiz to see what you guys remember.
Can we look in our book?
I'm going to pass out these little exit passes, and you're just going to write your name, and it says something I learned. I want you to label 1, 2, 3. You can use your little folder, so go ahead and use your folder.
But we cannot copy off the words.
Don't copy straight off though. I'll tell you again. I'll wait one more time.
Name on.
But go ahead and just put your name on it while I'm passing it out.
Something I learned.
All you're going to do is I want you to put your name where it says name, and I'll explain
Name
to
and
you.
date.
Name and date. There you go. Name and date, please. Name and date. Yes, we need one. So, name and date up here. And when everyone has that done, I want you to raise up your exit pass. Show me.
Exit pass.
Today's date's the 9th. Don't worry about that. I just want you to write your name and date and hold it up so I can see that you have it done. Yeah, okay. Now, put them down, and I want you underneath something I learned to label. 1, 2, 3.
3 things that I learned.
No, all you're going to do is we're taking a tiny little quiz. The picture's up here. But all right now you have to do is put 1, 2, 3 under something I learned. And put a little space between it so you can write.
So can we just put 1 here, and then 2 here, and 3?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. All you're doing.
I learned this like this.
Yes. Good job. Good job.
And then
Okay. Yeah. Now we're going to get to it. Everyone look up here. Everyone up here. What's this first thing?
One.
Glossary. If we have a definition to a word, what is that? You can use your foldable, so feel free to look. And you can write down the words. What is this? Is it a diagram? Is it a glossary? Is it an index? You have all your words here. This, it's a word and a definition. This is all this page is giving you. So which one of these is a word and a definition? Which text feature?
Glossary. Wait, no.
It could be, oh,
Wait, where am I supposed to put mine? And then what do we do after?
select 1, 2, 3, and under 1, I want you to put your answer.
No, we put 1, 2, 3.
Well, which one of these? Now look, you have all these answers here.
So what's this?
And I can even tell you where this would be found. It'd be found in the back of the book.
The back?
Yes.
Back of the book.
Okay.
So I'll do it for like the thing.
I just want you to put one of your text features. You have them all listed here.
Can we just write the name?
Just write the name. And you have them all listed in your foldable, so get them out. Let's look.
I was looking, nobody's calling.
Okay. Are you guys ready to move on to 2?
Yes.
Write it down. Whatever you think the answer is.
Another next one.
Okay, we're going to move on to 2. We have a little picture of a starfish, and it has parts labeled.
We did that.
Yeah, which one is that?
Wait, what is?
Yeah, open it up and write it down. You can get to use your foldable.
Wait, what?
Yeah, use your foldable. Which one of these is it? Yeah, we did our own example for this one.
We did literally did this again.
Yeah, you guys did your own example.
Oh wait. The second one?
Don't scream it out though. Is everyone done?
I'm done with all of them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna repeat it one more time.
I know the next
What
one.
is this picture with labels? It's got labels of the starfish.
Oh.
Yes, it's gonna be one of your text features.
Are we supposed to write now number 3?
No, I just want you to write the word.
One more.
Just one word, that's all you have to write.
Wait, the next one, number 3 is so easy.
Oh, yeah.
The pictures help.
Now, shh, everyone be quiet. You normally talk during a quiz?
No.
Okay. Now, number 3. What is number 3? This one is pretty easy. You can look back at your foldable. And when you're finished, raise it up. I want to see it. Okay. Good job. Good job. Just try your best.
I'm gonna put my exit pass.
We're going to go over this real quick, too. Now, you're going to need your exit pass, so have it out, because I'm going to take it up. No, you're just going to pass it up to me, okay? Okay. I'm going to take up our exit passes, and then we're going to go over it. Good job. Raise them up. I want to see them.
I have to get it right.
If you're confused, we're going to go over it.
Number 2's right there.
Yeah. Good job.
I'm off the
Wow, good job. We're doing great.
That's the D, whatever that
Hey,
is.
everyone be quiet. Shh. We're about to go over it if you're confused. Well, you did a really good job. So.
I got them all right, I bet. What? I got them all right.
Everyone in their seats and be
First one was
quiet.
glossary, the second one was
Everyone needs to get a chance because we're going to answer these out loud. And remember, you raise your hand when you answer. Okay. So I want someone to give me what they think the text feature for number 1 is. And you had your hand up first.
I'm not letting you answer the question. I can answer that.
Okay, we'll let you answer another one. How about you answer it first? You're right. The first one is the glossary because you are a definition. Good job. Okay, now I want someone to tell me what number 2 is. You had your hand up first.
diagram.
Diagram. Good job. Okay. Who had, okay, number 3. And since you wanted to answer, you want to answer number 3? What is number 3? Good job. You guys did really good. Now, one small little thing, and then we'll be finished. This is really easy.
I did it wrong.
Hey, take one and pass it back, please. Take one and pass it back. Hey, take one and pass it back. If you have extras, I'll take them. Hey, everyone in their seats. You got one?
Y'all press the green key.
Okay. We're going to lunch too. Okay, everyone, I want you to look up here. If you have an extra, pass it out to me, please. You don't have one over here. Here's one. Hey, it doesn't matter. Just leave them there. We're going to ignore them. Now I want everyone to look up here. I'm going to read these, and I want you to check which one you think is best for you. I cannot use text features to help me understand a passage. I can use text features to help me understand a passage, and I do not need help. I can use text features to help me understand a passage, and I can teach someone. So if you're really, really good with text features, I want you to check all the way over here. If you're having trouble, I want you to check here. You guys do that for me?
What about in the middle?
And if you're in the middle, check in the middle. If you think you're pretty good but you could use a little more help, check in the middle.
Check.
Now, if you take it, check
It's okay. You can have one. Here it is. Everyone look forward. I want you to answer it, not your neighbor.
Oh, how do you
All you do is put a check in one of these boxes. If you're really good with text features, here. If you're okay, here. If you're bad, right there. If you're having trouble. Yeah, on the next one, I'm going to read it out loud, and I want you to check which one applies to you. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. I cannot use the text features to help me find information in the nonfiction book. I can use the text features to help me find information in a nonfiction book, and I do not need any help. Or I can use the text features to help me find information in a nonfiction book, and I can teach someone else. Now this one, remember how we labeled if it's in the back or if it's in the front? If you're okay with that and you understand it, I want you to put a check on this side here, where it says I can. If you are having a little bit of trouble, I want you to check the one in the middle. If you don't understand it all, I want you to check this one right here where it says your name. And I will make sure you write your names on this.
I'm being positive.
Okay, raise it up when you're done. This is our last thing.
Now it's time for lunch.
It's time for lunch.
It's lunch time. It's lunch time.